Hi, and welcome to Weld.com. We're here today at the Campbellsville University Skilled Training Center in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. And the purpose for us coming to you today is we have our test plates in from our virtual competition. So the competitors in each division, we have a professional division and a student division, they have mailed their coupons into Campbellsville University, and we have prepped them, and we are going to bend those today and determine who our winners are. We will announce first, second, and third place in each division, and let's get to bending. First ones I'm going to bend are going to be the professional division. We're going to bend these. As you know, this was an open root on 3/8 plate, 60-10 root pass, 70-18 fill and cap. So we're going to bend a face bend and a root bend, and they'll be judged. I have my CWI kit here in case I need it. Depends on how close it is. We'll check for specs to make sure that it's according to code, and the best one wins. So let's get to bending. I do want to mention that as I'm getting this centered up, that I am using the Fisher Engineering coupon tester today. It's air and hydraulic. So I'm going to center this up and get ready to plunge it in. So this is going to be our face bend on the first one. This is contestant number 9. So let's see what happens. No, it didn't break. All right, we're going to evaluate this face bend and check that out. That is really good. So now we're going to bend it over and turn it over and do the root bend on it. Perfect horseshoe. Stay together. We'll look at that one here in a minute. Okay, we're going to bend number 27 now. He's in the pro division. So let's bend it out and see what happens. All right, a little incomplete feel on that one. We'll take a look at him here in a minute. Let's bend his root pass and see how that turns out. All right, here we go. All right, a little incomplete fusion on that one, but we'll measure all that here in a few minutes. We'll go to number 17, and we'll bend his face bend. Now I know you noticed me putting my hand up like this. I don't have to, it's just a habit. If something were to happen, that's going to throw that thing out. I just kind of do that to stop it. Slick, that one's clean. Next is the root. Perfect horseshoe. A little something to measure there. We'll look at it. All right, moving on to the student division. I don't know if my plunger is long enough for this one. We may have to cut some of it off. This is contestant number 13. We will do the face bend first. Whew, just barely long enough. All right, there's the face bend on number 13. And we'll do the root bend. There's the root on number 13, pretty slick. On to number 15. We'll do the face bend for number 15 first. Pretty clean. Now we're going to bend the root. Root pass, a couple little spots. Contestant number 11. We will bend the face bend first. And contestant number 11, we're going to bend the root bend next. So I'll explain a little bit more about that. Notice that's right along the toe of that root. That's incomplete fusion on that side. Didn't see any slag falling out of it, so it's just incomplete fusion, not tied in that side. Caused it to rip open. So that's unfortunate, but we'll pick all these up, look at them, probably set up on the desk. That way I can spread them out. And I'll get my CWI kit, we'll do some measuring and see if we can't come up with some winners. All right, so we have all the coupons bent and we have some measuring to do. It's a pretty close call. These are the pros, these are the students. So I've got my kit here, I've got my dial calipers out. Really close between this one. I have the numbers turned toward me just to kind of keep the audience in suspense just a little bit. But between this one and this one, the face welds were really, really good. And then there's some places on the root passes that I need to measure. So we're going to get in and look for slag inclusion. We're going to look for multiple things, multiple aspects, incomplete fusion, and we're going to measure these out. Each spot. That wasn't even a spot. Did you see that? This one is. It's 149 thousandths, 60 thousandths, 30 thousandths, 308 thousandths, and about 54 thousandths on that one. And 50. 115, 115, 100, and about 80 thousandths. And this little bitty tiny fella here is less than a 32nd of an inch, so we don't count that. But I am going to count it just because it's a competition and not a certification. This one, a little bit of underfill on this, and the root opened up on this side right here, pretty much about a 1/2 inch space across it. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not, but that is a solid open right there on that root. So that is an incomplete fusion right there. So I'm not going to measure this one as compared to these two. So first place and second place for the professional division is going to be between this one and this one. And I'm going to write the results up on this board here in just a few minutes. Let's go to the students. All right, so we have everything lined up. Let's talk about what happened here. So if we can get a top shot on here, cameraman. So on this root pass right here, just a little bitty tiny flaw there and there. And then on this cover pass, this is just underfill. So that's not undercut. I don't know how well that shows up on the camera, but you can actually see the ripple pattern in the weld. So that weld needed another pass on it to bring it on up past the surface. It was ground down flush with the 3/8 plate, which is what's supposed to happen. So there's a little bit of underfill in that situation there. This one, just tiny little spots there. Probably a little bit of slag inclusion right there on the toe of the face weld, and then I'm sorry, on the root weld, and then on this face. The face is pretty solid. It's got a couple little spots on it. And then on this face, same thing, a little bit of underfill, a couple of spots of slag in there. Nothing too detrimental. That underfill right there is not going to be good. It should have been brought on up just a little bit. And then on this root, as I explained when we were bending it, this root pass right here, that's just incomplete fusion. Rod angle may be just a little bit off. It didn't tie into this plate the way it did the rest of it, so that's why you saw it rip open there. I said earlier that I didn't see slag, but actually right there on that corner, this one would have had a corner crack anyway, which corner cracks per certification code, you can have a corner crack as long as there's no slag visible, up to 1/4 of an inch. But I actually do see slag over here in better light. There's a little bit of slag inclusion right there, so it would have had a corner crack anyway. But the reason it ripped open was not slag inclusion, because that's pretty clean in there. It just had a little bit of incomplete fusion on that, then put in that pressure to bend it into a horseshoe. When put under that pressure, it just separated there on the toe of that root. So what do y'all think? I'm going to give you all the option. So if you think it's this one on the pros, hit a comment down there. If you think it's this one, we'll call this one number 2. It's not really. Put a comment. If you think it's this one, put a comment. Same thing with the students. If you think this one won, drop a comment for this one. If you think it's this one, drop a comment in the box. If you think it's this one, drop a comment below, because I want to see what you all think as well as me. So I'm going to put my inspector hat on, and we are going to announce the results. I'm going to write them on the board so everybody will know which numbers won. All right, so here are the results. On the pros side, first place was number 17. Second place was number 9. Third place was number 27. On the student side, first place winner is number 15. Second place is number 13. Third place is number 11. Those of you that won, Highly expect you guys to shoot us a video of you using your equipment. Seriously want to thank all of the competitors that enter this competition. Thankful for all of our sponsors, certainly, and we hope to do it again soon.